that, and it should be people not falling into a level of convenience in their community, understanding what happens in their backyard, not just hoping someone else will take care of that. That's not my burden. Yes, it is. I always state this to my friends, my colleagues, wherever I go, that democracy was never convenient. Freedom was never free. It has to be demanded of, fought for, recycled, revised, whatever word you wish to add to that. But to believe that it's convenient to allow these things to go on and we just turn a blind eye and not to evaluate what's within that judicial system of that democracy, we are wrong. We, folks, us, America, the public, because we all inherited the privilege of being here in this great country. Now we must be accountable for this person's community and everyone's, and not assume, the mother of what? All mistakes, that it's correct and it cannot improve. And that demands us asking questions when those who do not want us to ask. It demands that he went as far as you did to dig into a story that, oh, they must be correct because they're judicial system. I didn't know.
Well, the DOJ closed the book on it, so that must mean that Michael did.
Absolute.
Right, the DOJ said it.
Right, and just because...
You know how many people are in jail right now for nothing because the DOJ said it?
Right. We have to not take the privilege of freedom so conveniently that we just brush it off. Oh, they must be correct. Oh, that's convenient. That's called being very nonchalant about your freedom. You must question and not assume.
Let's let this young woman.
Yes.
I have a two-parter question. One for Ms. McSpadden. First of all, thank you so much for being the face of this amazing movement. My question for you is, how do you find strength you've inspired so many people to come out in the streets and to protest and to call their officials. And I want to know, in the face of so much opposition, where do you find your strength?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me. And that was my first child, my firstborn son. And it hurted me to watch him learn how to walk and ride a bike and fall and hurt himself during those times. So to get to a scene and know that my son would never get up and walk again has driven me to this point. And I do have 3 other children, one being a 12-year-old son. And if I don't fight for him, nobody is. I'm his mother. I carried him, and this will forever be with me. You know, even if we get a little bit of justice, that's still not enough for me, because this should have never happened. And the truth is what keeps me going. And I want everyone to know the truth. And it's brought me here into this. And we have much more to reveal.
And if I could ask a second question, please. And then for the mayor, thank you so much. And then for the mayor, a lot of these people still are in power. So I'm curious how your relationship is working with these officials, what the nature of that is, and yeah, if you can talk about that.
It's about accountability. It's about me not turning a blind eye as an elected person that represents people, the American public. Even though I may not be your elected official in your city or town, I'm still an ambassador. And it doesn't matter if I'm in DC, if I'm in Atlanta, or I'm in St. Louis. If I read or hear about a person who has great power as an attorney general of a state or other offices, it is my duty to question and bring that out. Not to assume, because it's convenient, that they must be right. No, it is that they can't stand the fact of me questioning them. They're in the wrong business of being an elected official. You are the stakeholder. She's the stakeholder. We're the boss. We are responsible for each other. And what I do is I hold them accountable. I don't back down. The person you saw up there, McCullough, I've had run-ins with him in my African American community. But guess what? We couldn't get it out of the state of Missouri because there are 50 states in this country for a purpose, to not be tied to the federal level. But guess what? This event took it out of that state and brought it to the world, as you saw from the civil rights movement at periods of time when people thought, oh, that's just Mr. Martin Luther King, until they saw Selma, Alabama. And then they went, wow, that's not what I was told. And now we are in that same place because humans have not changed in thousands of years in that hierarchy of behavior. But it's up to us to bend the arc of time to change those things. And so I encourage everyone here to give serious thought to what you've seen and to look at it closely in reflection of your life and your community that you're in.
That's a great note. Unfortunately, we're going to have to end on. If you enjoyed the film, please vote for it, blog about it, tell your friends about it. There are additional screenings